Today, we're diving into one of the greatest underdog stories ever told, a story about a young man, a giant problem, and the incredible power of fearless faith. We're talking about David and Goliath. But we aren't just recounting history. We're looking at how this ancient battle is still playing out in your life right now. Think about the giants you face today. Maybe it's crippling anxiety, a crushing debt, a toxic relationship, or a health struggle that seems unbeatable. Whatever your giant is, I want you to remember this. David was just a boy. He wasn't a seasoned warrior. He wasn't dressed in heavy, intimidating armor. In fact, when he tried on Saul's gear, he felt awkward and unprepared. Hugh was simply a shepherd, known only for tending sheep and perhaps playing a little music. But David carried something far more powerful than any sword or shield: unwavering trust in God. When David arrived at the battlefield, the scene was paralyzed by fear. For 40 days, Goliath, a massive man, 9 feet tall, armored head to toe, wielding weapons that struck terror into the hearts of men, had taunted the Israelite army. The trained soldiers, the professionals, were cowering. They saw a monster, an impossibility, a guaranteed defeat. But when David looked at Goliath, he didn't see an insurmountable giant. He saw an insult hurled at the living God. That's the first huge lesson we need to grasp. Our perspective changes everything. When we focus on the size of the problem, we become small. When we focus on the size of our God, the problem shrinks. David steps forward, offering to fight, and everyone laughs. Saul tried to talk him out of it. The soldiers mocked him. Even Goliath was insulted, asking, "Am I a dog, that you come to me with sticks?" They saw a lack of equipment. David saw total reliance. David didn't bother with the armor or the spear. He went to the stream and picked up 5 smooth stones. Why 5? Maybe he figured 1 for Goliath and 4 spares, just in case. But the truth is, he only needed 1. Because he wasn't trusting in the sharpness of the stone or the speed of his arm. He was trusting in the certainty of his God. Before the fight, David gave an incredible declaration of faith that should resonate in every challenge you face today. He told Goliath, "You come to me with a sword, with a spear, and with a javelin. But I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. This day the Lord will deliver you into my hand." Notice the conviction here. He didn't say, "I hope the Lord helps me." He said, "The Lord will deliver you." That is the language of faith that moves mountains, or, in this case, takes down giants. The whole battle hinges on that moment of courage. David runs toward the giant. He doesn't wait. He doesn't hesitate. He reaches into his shepherd's bag, takes out 1 stone, and slings it. That single, simple act, powered by divine conviction, struck Goliath right where he was most exposed, his forehead. Goliath crashed to the ground, defeated by a boy, a smooth stone, and a powerful promise. Victory followed immediately. This isn't just a bedtime story. It's a blueprint for your life. Rod as your sling. Your sling is whatever simple tool you have, coupled with your faith. Maybe it's your specific talent, your willingness to pray, or your commitment to 1 positive step today. Do not look at the size of the giant and feel discouraged by the weakness of your own resources. Look at the unwavering promise of God and move forward anyway. David's victory wasn't about superior training, twos, about superior trust. He understood that a Goliath is not a problem that needs heavy armor. A Goliath is an opportunity for God to show up and prove his faithfulness. Every time you face a challenge that seems too big, remember this: the giant's size only makes him a bigger target. The victory over Goliath wasn't just for David. It was for the entire army of Israel. When they saw the giant fall, their fear vanished, and they charged, winning the war. When you overcome your giant through faith, it doesn't just change your life. It inspires everyone around you. Your victory is a testimony that faith defeats fear, always. So, whatever impossible situation you are facing right now, that overwhelming fear, that challenge that seems too big to tackle, take up your smooth stone, speak the name of the Lord, and run toward the giant. Trust that the power that brought down Goliath is still active today, working in and through you. One stone, one prayer, and victory follows. Faith defeats fear. Amen.